of Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, Peter Obi. Now, for Peter Obi, obviously, you can tell that his stance is hesitant. His stance is hesitant because
big drama is shaking the political space right now. A bombshell has just dropped. Crisis is rocking the ADC, and Peter Obi camp is caught right in the middle of it. To make it worse, there's a serious fight going on with the ADC youths, and the tension is rising fast. What's really happening behind the scenes? Who is telling the truth? And who is playing politics? Watch this video to the very end.
There was a situation within the ADC, supposedly given an ultimatum, and a reaction from Yunusa Tanko came out. Yunusa Tanko made a statement and said that consultations are ongoing. Peter Obi is a leader with a broad constituency, and that he has always taken time to consult widely before making major political decisions. He did so before joining the coalition, and he must also do so before responding to any ultimatum. Now, another youth member of the ADC now tweeted in response and said that Yunusa Tanko has no political weight, and on what right, on what stand does he have to respond on behalf of Peter Obi or threaten the ADC? Another said, is Yunusa Tanko not speaking on behalf of his principal? Others say, okay, Yunusa Tanko could not even deliver his polling unit during the 2023 election. He has no political standing, has no connection whatsoever, and he is not speaking for Peter Obi. In other words, he's just doing what he's doing, possibly on his own, but nobody made him a voice for Peter Obi. Now, the imbroglio within the ADC, there's meant to be a coalition of those in support of Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, Peter Obi. Now, for Peter Obi, obviously, you can tell that his stance is hesitant. His stance is hesitant because he wants to understand if the ADC is zoning to the south, and the ADC has not said where they're zoning. Now, El-Rufai is in support of zoning to the south. Thankfully, he agrees with that. But the party itself, the ADC, has not decided where they want to zone. And that is one of the reasons why Peter Obi has been hesitant. But he has been receiving the backlash, which is actually expected, considering that this is a political season. The president receives backlash, so Peter Obi is also receiving backlash. If you saw what transpired recently with the Olubadan, King Ladoja, and Peter Obi referred to him as my elder brother, and then the supporters of the APC were like, why would you say that? How dare you? Some persons felt that he ought to understand how the scenario works. If you want to rule this country, you have to understand every prism of the way this country works and address those you need to address appropriately. That's basically what the supporters were saying, if you understand, if you get my drift. And because of that, a lot of backlash, insult have come on. So my question to you is this: our heterogeneous angle, because of how diverse and multi-layered Nigeria is, has it mutilated our political stance? Has it affected our economic progress? Has Nigeria retrogressed in terms of how we practice our politics? And if we understand how the prism works, our political landscape is at this moment, are we concentrating on the variables, on what is important, or are we focusing on things that are completely redundant and they are spearheaded by the political actors?
Yeah, let me start from where he stopped. He made a very important analysis by telling you that we are not playing politics.
Okay.
We have not started. Right. And you can see that because we are not doing the right thing. I've said it here before when I said, Ngige said, if you want to be a politician, you must have a name.
Okay.
Most of the so-called politicians, they don't have a name.
Okay.
Sorry to use it. Some of them I don't know what to call them, but they were opportune to, there was a chance.
Okay.
They dive into it. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. So this thing has shown the crop of leaders we are having. And because we don't have rightful people that are playing the politics or being at the helm of affairs, it transcends to their followers.
Okay.
So, and he now asked a question. He gave analysis of the census.
All right.
And say, how come now things change? That will tell you the kind of people we are having at the helm of affairs, how they are distorting the narratives by lying, by trying to create confusion in the system, which to an extent they have achieved it. So this thing has, galloped into the mind of many people. The way we talk, the way we reason. Nobody is now deciding or thinking how to develop the country, how to unify the country. The development of the country is no longer paramount to many people. And the good people are bad. That's why people will ask, why is the obedient movement coordinator? Why are you speaking for P2B? Who are you to speak? That's why people will say, P2B has been addressing people, my elder brother. Even Obi of Onitsha. When you say my elder brother.
But they were trying to say that our cultural differences.
No. This is not a cultural difference, because some political I don't know the name I will use to
neophytes.
No, some political, they are looking for an avenue to create problem, which they don't have any problem.
Everything will always be a problem, because even when he tried to apologize and address it, they still insulted him.
That's what I want Nigerians to understand. This there is nothing like because of culture. What is brother? Let us come to the essence of.
They said by age, she's not his mate.
No. I can call you my brother. So when somebody addresses you to be a brother, means you are very dear to him. He respects you. And he put my elder brother.
Okay.
So you see, they are looking for something to label, to cause a confusion in the system, which most of the people, the politics of today, I will not hesitate to say the politics of APC is to cause problem in the land.
All right. Thank you very much. Just stay on the line. Just stay with me here, Sister. Good evening, Elder. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, happy Sunday to you.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you so much, Elder Yusuf Dambaki. I know today is Sunday and you have quite a lot to deal with at home and a couple of other engagements, but thank you for sparing your time with me. Elder Solomon, you're currently the chairman of the Kaduna State Labour Party Caretaker Committee, and you are the Kaduna State Obedient Movement Coordinator and the PRO of the Middle Belt Forum Kaduna chapter. I want to ask you something. Preparations are already ongoing and orientation are already ongoing ahead of 2027, but be that as it may, issues are already on ground, which obviously determines how 2027 will suffice. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that the Obedient Movement is ready for the challenge 2027 poses? With a lot of persons who have left the Labour Party to the current APC, you may possibly decamp to the ADC or to any other political party, since you know your principle, wherever it is your principle goes, you go. How do you think Nigerians who are in support of your principle can navigate these challenges? Because it's a very tight one, very, very tight one.
Okay. Well, good evening, listeners, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir.
Now, let me say this. In Nigeria, we play personality politics.
Okay.
In the sense that people are not really loyal to a party the way they are loyal to a person. Now, the person of Peter Obi has not changed since 2023. The qualities that he is known for, even as governor in Anambra State, has not changed. So, politicians can move here and there, but the Nigerian people are still holding on to what they have seen in Peter Obi, which makes him different from other candidates. And I can guarantee you that majority are just waiting for him to pitch a tent. Then you will see the wave that we've seen in 2023 or even more. So certainly is the party issue that is confusing a lot of followers and supporters and is keeping them quiet for now. But certainly when he pitched a tent, you're going to see a movement that you've not seen before.
I want to ask you something, sir. How is Kaduna, what's the political hemisphere in Kaduna right now?
Well, right now, the people are divided.
Okay.
You know, they had a bad 8 years experience with El Rufai. And then now we have Ubasani, and he was part and parcel of Ed Rufai's administration.
Okay.
But there's this personality clash between the two of them, and it's making it look as though Ubasani is innocent. But he is as guilty as El Rufai. We see them as the same. And then coming to the Labour Party and the Obedient Movement, people do not want to see Obi having anything to do with El Rufai, but we're trying to manage that. We're trying to explain to them that show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are is not obtainable in politics. It can be obtainable in other parts of life, but in politics, you can have a friend that is really different from you, but because you are targeting the same goal, you can work together towards it. But that has not been easy, I must tell you. And people are a little bit impressed, especially from the southern part of Kaduna, with Tinubu's administration because of the CDS and the university, Federal University and Federal Medical Center given to them. But the northern part of Kaduna are mostly with El-Rufai and then some with Peter Obi because they are getting to accept Peter Obi. You know how Kaduna is. When you say northern side, you are talking about the Muslim-dominated area. Thank you.
All right. So with this, with what you just described, is there a possibility of harmonization before 2027 in terms of acute conviction? The reason why I asked is this: there are talks that Peter Obi may not eventually run with the ADC. Now, I'm sure you're very much aware that the Obedience have been speaking with Jonathan and Atiku, asking them to please support Peter Obi. Others believe that if Peter Obi is popular, as he says, then let him test that strength of popularity and let him contest in the open primary. If he emerges, everybody supports. But others feel like with the persons in the ADC, it would definitely tilt in favoring Atiku Abubakar. And this is the turn of the South. Now, if it does happen that Atiku comes on board, there are fears that the votes will be divided. Most of the Obedience may not necessarily be passionate to want to commit themselves in campaigning for Atiku. Others feel that what happened in 2023 may be the same thing that will happen in 2027 because that enthusiasm, especially from the supporters of Obi, may reduce. Now, others believe that since Peter Obi said he'll be announcing the political party he would run with in November, that it's possible it may be ADA or Labour Party. However, right now, it is obviously deliberate that he has not really said where he is. As it stands, with what is currently going on in the ADC, and the fact that a couple of persons are still hesitant to accept the ADC, what is the Obedient Movement doing in regards to that?
Well, I'm a state coordinator of the Obedient Movement, and then the national coordinator is in the best position to speak on behalf of the Obedient Movement. But what I will be saying is my personal opinion and what I think based on what I'm seeing. To be candid, I see ADC as a trap.
Okay.
A trap that will bring in Obi to clip him and deny him the opportunity of running. First, I must say this is how we think as Obedience.
Okay.
We believe we won the 2023 election. We despite the announcement that didn't favor us. So if we won without merger, we believe we can still win again without any coalition. We can still do it again. We have learned our lessons and we think we know better, especially how to defend our votes. But it is important for the sake of Nigeria that the coalition work so that it will become easier to have a clear win of the ruling APC. But it is not a do or die.
Okay.
First, I'm a northerner, and I feel, in all honesty, power should be zoned to the south.
Okay.
PDP set an example that shows a national party that wants to carry the whole Nigeria along, and they zone to the south. Why can't ADC do the same? If ADC will zone power to the south, and at the end of the primaries, Obi did not pick the ticket, I think it will be justifiable, and many of us will reason along that line. But when you don't zone power to the south, and you are asking Obi to come in, for us it's a trap. You are just trying to, at the end of the day, give power to Atiku. And where is the fairness? Where is the togetherness? Where is justice? The North had its own 8 years, uninterrupted, despite the poor performance. And we stood by Buhari, reinforcing failure for 8 years. So at this time, we don't just want to replace Tinubu with a northerner. We want to replace Tinubu with an excellent leader. So it is not about taking over power. Okay. It's about changing Nigeria. And the only person we see for now that has the capacity, the character, the compassion to do that is Peter Obi. And here in the north, I am telling you, we are 100% waiting for him to pitch a tent, and then we'll support him. And Atiku is just an endorsement of Tinubu.
Wow. He's an endorsement of Tinubu? But Atiku has openly criticized Tinubu on a lot of fronts, called him out. And we saw him in several meetings with El-Rufai saying they must do all they can to make sure that Tinubu does not come back in 2027. So you think that is just a front, that Atiku is literally working for him to factionalize the ADC? If that was the case, why speak with Peter Obi to join the coalition if you have an agenda, and your agenda is to possibly divide the people's commitment, and eventually the person whom you say you're running against wins the election?
Yeah, I wouldn't conclude 100% that Atiku is working with Tinubu. Rather, I think Atiku is blinded by his ambition, and he wants to take advantage of the fact that the ordinary northern voter only knows one thing. Is there a northern Muslim on the ballot? If the answer is yes, that's the direction he's going. He will not want to ask whether the person is competent or not.
Okay.
That's an ordinary northern voter. So that's what he wants to take advantage of. He wants to be the next Buhari. He wants to capitalize on the blind followership of majority of the northern voters.
And do you think he has it? Do you think he has it? Do you think now he doesn't? Okay.
He doesn't.
All right. I think that's a premise that he thinks he has a strength to get the blind loyalty of the Buhari supporters on his side.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can never tell what is going on the ground, because he's really being with El-Rufai lately. And you know, El-Rufai is a Buharist, a core Buharist. Now, El-Rufai is on a mission. He has not said if he needs any political appointment or any agenda whatsoever. For him, he has not disclosed. He's on a vengeful mission of Tinubu must not be there in 2027, and he is ready to go all out. He doesn't care. Recently, he made a couple of statements, and he said when the time is due, he's going to speak. We don't know what he's going to say. But, you know, obviously, the president has powers. He has a state power, so one would need to be very careful with what anyone says. But the APC is very confident that they have it for 2027. Now, there is this aspect of our politics, which is tribalism. It's been introduced. Let me not say it's been introduced. It's always been there, but it's very potent now. And it feels like the Southwest is winning in this aspect. The supporters of this administration, they're winning in that regard of using tribe to possibly make sure that the polity is fragmented. Think of your brother first. No matter what anybody says, no matter how bad he is, we will talk to him inside. We will criticize him inside, but let's show him the support, and he will do us better. So how do you intend to break this particular aspect of the polity that is toxic and distasteful? How do you want to break it? Because it feels like the advantage is not on the side of the obedience in this regard.
To be very candid, if you whip sentiment of ethnicity and religion in Nigeria, the votes are going to go in your favor, and that's what I think Atiku wants to capitalize on. The Northerners, till date, like I said, they go with religion and ethnicity, just like the West.
Okay.
And to be very candid, when it comes to politics and power, what a Northerner cannot do does not exist. I am telling you, as a Northerner, if they want to remove Tinubu and they put a Northern candidate, nobody, no police, no INEC can stop them. But what we're saying is that Nigeria is not all about the North.
Exactly.
Yeah, so parties should help in at least negotiating a Nigeria that is for everybody. The North should not take advantage of the colonial delineation that gave it the largest population, so to say,
okay,
and denied other parts of Nigeria the right to emerge as leaders as well. So, if you leave it to the North, they will remove Tinubu. There is no two ways about it. Because they are as violent as he thinks he is. And they are even more united. I'm telling you, if the North will bring out a candidate that will serve their interests, every Northern and around Tinubu is just waiting for a time to betray him. That's the truth. If you ask Goodluck Jonathan, everybody has said it.
Yeah.
If you ask Jonathan, they will definitely gang up and make sure it happens. And it will be very difficult for anybody in the North to announce a result in favor of Tinubu if it is not. Because himself and the family will be killed even before he leaves the place. So it's something that we all know, that despite the machinery of government at Tinubu's disposal, if the North wants to stop him, they will stop it. So that's why I think Peter Obi should negotiate in the ADC to have the support of these Northerners, because many of them are not after removing Tinubu, are replacing Tinubu with the Northerner. They are actually after vendetta, like El-Rufai. They actually want to prove a point. El-Rufai cannot sleep seeing Tinubu as the president, just like Amechi is not sleeping seeing Wike as a minister. So these two, they are...
What do you mean by prove a point? Their person just served 8 years. Tinubu supported their person in that 8 years, even when the economic policies were not favorable to the people, even when insecurity was ravaging the entire nation. Tinubu and his supporters kept quiet and continued to show support. So why?
They now know that his quietness and his support was for himself. He kept quiet, even agreed to kill his own people during the NSAS just because of his ambition. Now, just take a look of it. It's just like El-Rufai is known as a not consistent in loyalty. Now look at it. Tinubu used El-Rufai. At the end of the day, he dumped him. He has used Ganduje. And at the end of the day, where is Ganduje now?
He gave him appointment.
Now, the appointment is just to take him off the center of things. So they are looking at these things. And they are also making their calculation. They are studying him. So, and again, there are certain things that they consider a right. And Tinubu is denying them this right. So, for them, Tinubu has crossed the red line that he must be stopped. That is just the reality. It's not about whether he is performing, the economy is doing well or not. No. He has crossed the red line. He has offended the Northerners, and he should go.
All right, Elder, let me ask you a question. So if the president knows this, that a large percentage of the North, if they're able to get someone preferable, they wouldn't vote for him in 2027. Why is the target on Peter Obi? Because right now they've made it seem as if it was wrong for Peter Obi to contest, and they're literally targeting his tribe. So every day you come on social media, it's basically Peter Obi or his tribe. When they know what they're supposed to focus on, is it a deliberate diversion, or is it just a way of countering to please the North so that somehow they don't say anything? Insecurity has been rife lately. We know what is going on with Boko Haram, ISWAP. It has gotten close even to Kwara State. We have never heard any of the president's people say anything in addressing this. The supporters keep mute about it. Rather, they bring up other redundant issues to focus on, like there's a deliberate distraction on the timeline. So that's what I'm asking you. Is that why there's a deliberate silence on anything that has to do with the North from the supporters of the president or from some certain persons in the APC? Do you think that that's a way of trying to curry their favor for 2027?
Well, I don't think the APC leadership of or government are serious about fighting insecurity, to be sincere. I think in the first place, they created it to favor them, and they are still hoping to use it again if possible. So I don't think they are trying to end it, and that's where some people may have problem with Peter Obi. You know, Peter Obi is going to change things in a way that it will affect even those who supported him. And the picture of a Nigeria that Peter Obi is having, no other candidate is having it. It's like he wants like a zero base. He's going to stop those who are benefiting from this structure of criminality, and they know it. And then again, they are stigmatizing him with the coup of 1966.
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
They're saying that it is going to, you know, when you want to kill a dog, you give it a bad name. But he has proven over and over again, and he doesn't even need to prove. People should know that Nigeria is beyond what one man can sit down and turn it to become whatever he wants it to become. Peter Obi cannot just sit down and declare a Biafra. Peter Obi cannot just sit down and then be running Nigeria as a Biafran country. Why are they agitating against Tinubu now? He knows, because he has turned Nigeria to be a mini Lagos, and he operates only with people from Lagos. Apart from appointment, you know, when you're confident, people around you are only people of your tribe. It says so much about you. But when you look at Peter Obi, it's not like that. It's not like that. He check the people around him. He works with people from different ethnic group in Nigeria and different religion. And even while he was governor, he demonstrated that he worked with different people, and he ended well. So sincerely, I must say that they are just trying to stop Peter Obi, because even those who want Tinubu out don't really trust Peter Obi. They are not sure, because they know there is not going to be business as usual.
So then, what should he do? Should he sit back? Because certain persons are profiting from the criminality, as you said. Insecurity now is a business for some certain political elites, is a negotiating and bargaining chip for certain persons. And you said something that the APC is not serious about fighting insecurity. It's part of their politics. They brought it in and they don't know what to do with it, so they continue to use it to their advantage. So if that is the case, and certain persons, when I mean certain persons, the North is not excluded. A lot of persons in the North are benefiting from the insecurity. That is their bargaining chip. Exactly. So if that is the case, and they feel that if he comes on board, he's going to put a pin on that franchise for them, he's going to change the status quo, like, you know, everyone knows it. The fear of possibly the Southeast domination too is a factor to consider, whether anybody likes it or not. So if that is the case, then should he rather just stay behind and let Nigeria continue to do what they know how to do best? It is the people who will go through whatever it is they're going through now. What is your take with that?
No. You don't give up. You don't give up. The fight is not for him.
Okay.
The fight is for all of us. We are fighting to save the soul of Nigeria. He is just the man in the lead, but we shouldn't give up. He should not sit back. He should continue to fight. He should continue to push. Every criminality has an end. And if this is the end, because they are in a position now, even the criminals are in a position now to make a choice.
Okay.
Between making the bad system that they were part of creating worse, or turning a new leaf, and then that will send them packing completely. And at the end of the day, I see if Peter Obi continues to push, they will take the second option of, okay, let us die in peace. Let us hand over Nigeria that we spoil to a person that will fix it, so that at least it will be recorded that we stop the criminality, even if it is going to also affect us. That's the position. So we must continue to push. It is not over until it is over. And the obedient are making noise, and all Nigerians should push. Because the problem with Nigerians is that we are so docile. We
think they are so docile? Do you think they are docile or they are afraid?
We're talking about 200. Yeah, okay, well, they're afraid. That's another way to describe them. But 200 million people. Check even with the social media and everything. How many people are talking? Less than 20 million. The rest are just after their job, their salary. They don't want trouble. That's why I wrote an article and I said the war, political battle in 2027 is going to be between those who are trying to save their country and those who are trying to save their job. Because as it is now, there's a state capture. And every civil servant, every public servant is out to do the bidding of the ruling party in the name of, let me save my job. So what the police will be doing in 2027 is an act of let me save my job. What the DSS will be doing in 2027 is an act of let me save my job. EFCC, let me save my job. INEC, let me save my job. That's what is going to happen. So if Nigerians did not wake up to save Nigeria, then those who want to save their job will save their job and Nigeria will be destroyed.
All right, Elder Yusuf, before I let you go, something happened recently. On Friday, the ADC wrote like a letter of ultimatum to El Rufai and Peter Obi to join the party full on. You know, initially they gave them a caveat because they had other persons in the political party they belonged to who were running for office. And in response to that, Yunusa Tanko, the director of the Obedient Movement, responded and said, you cannot give that kind of ultimatum, and described that certain consultation is ongoing, which Peter Obi is taking his time to do. In response, the youth wing of the ADC said that Yunusa Tanko is not meant to speak for Peter Obi, and that he has no political weight, he has no political draw, he has no political connection whatsoever to determine and speak on behalf of Peter Obi. Now, there are talks that the ADC is fragmented. That is the obedient camp, and then those who are really, really in the ADC, there's a supposed identification in terms of crisis. In that regard, a lot of obedience who are trying to seek one position or the other within the ADC so they can have a strong base in there. Do you think they are fully into the ADC with what is currently unraveling?
You know, I in the first place, Dr. Tanko Yunusa is a leader of the Obedient Movement worldwide. And for anybody to say he is not in a position to speak for Peter Obi, I think the person is living in denial of the reality. The truth is, Peter Obi would decide when the time comes. At the beginning of this coalition, it was agreed that Peter Obi, El Rufai should remain in their parties and support their parties to win the by-elections and the off-season elections that will take place. And one of these elections is the election that will take place in Anambra. Now, why are you asking Peter Obi now to move fully to ADC when the election in Anambra has not taken place? Oh, so that at the end of the day you will not accuse him of antipathy or what? So it doesn't make sense. It is not time. The ultimatum is uncalled for. It is evil and it is wrong. There was an earlier agreement. Why changing the goalpost in the middle of the game? Just to tell you that something is cooking. Somebody is trying to achieve something. So Tanko is right. They should not put him under pressure. Consultation is ongoing, and at the right time, he will decide. And I want all obedience to stand with Tanko and be patient. First, that Peter Obi knows what he's doing. He knows what he is doing. And at the right time, he's going to take the right decision.
What about the Labour Party? Julius Abure, INEC has decided to supposedly recognize the decision of the Supreme Court. So, is there a possibility that the Labour Party could be fixed?
Well, it's already being fixed.
Okay.
The Julius Abure is now history. With the Supreme Court judgment and then the position of INEC, Julius Abure is gone. So, right now, Labour Party is going through what I will call restructuring. Trying to get the right people in the right place, and in no distant time, these people will be announced, and then the congresses and the convention that will bring out leaders will take place, and then Labour Party will be good to go.
So that means Peter Obi has a strong chance of running with the Labour Party then?
Why not? He's still a member of the Labour Party.
Okay.
If there is any party that can 100% say he's our member, it's Labour Party. It's not ADC. ADC is negotiation in progress.
All right. What about the ADA?
Well, the ADA, it's also a product of the coalition.
Okay.
So it ought not to even be on the table. Okay. For now. I don't know about Trump tomorrow, but ADA should not be on the table for now.
All right. Elder Yusuf Solomon Dabaki.
Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next explosive updates.